Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today is the 14th of February, 2023. Man, let's talk about Michael Burry today because he's been sending out some cryptic tweets, kind of trying to insinuate that price in the stock market is going to crash and that price is going to go down. And I'm looking at the chart, and the chart is not reflecting that. See, we need to come to realize that one individual does not move price. We have a plethora, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of businesses, individuals who comes in and also believes a certain way. So when I come in and do my videos, I'm looking at the market as a collective, as a whole, and not just one person. What if the things that Michael Burry has been tweeting, has been saying, if he's wrong and the market is right? We're going to talk about it today on the video. First, take a look at this. All you have to do is type in Michael Burry in Google, and you'll see a lot of articles talking about him. Namely, these down here that I've highlighted. Big short investor Michael Burry compares stock market to a .com bubble in a cryptic tweet. That was 5 days ago. Look at you today. Big short hero Michael Burry deletes his Twitter account after posting cryptic market prediction. Seeking Alpha a week ago. The Big Short Michael Burry says sell. Inflation is not over. And then you got Market Insider. Big Short Michael Burry hints stock market rally will end with epic crash. Okay. Eventually, we'll see it. I'm quite sure. I keep it real. Yes, things go up and also things come down. The sad part about these articles and even about Michael Burry is that there's no time frame. Okay. There's no time frame. Just like when the financial crash happened in 2008. Quite sure people was talking about that occurring maybe 2-3 years before it actually happened. So if we cannot quantify these cryptic tweets that Michael Burry is insinuating people is grabbing onto to get the clicks, how does that benefit us as a whole? Because as he's been coming out with these tweets, as these articles has been coming out on the internet, look at the price action in the S&P 500. Take a look. The market has actually broken outside of the downtrend. But if you were to pay attention to all the information that is being created from Michael Burry, you would have already thought that the market in fact would have gone down rather than trending higher, rather than breaking outside of the downtrend line. See, we need to become accustomed to looking at price and price only. Now, let's say that we value Michael Burry's information, his content, the things that he says. We pay attention to those things, right? There's nothing wrong with paying attention to certain individuals, but make sure that what they're telling you matches the chart. Because if it does, then they're correct. If it doesn't, then they're wrong. Because guess what? The market is never wrong. As you guys can tell, somebody is buying the S&P 500. Obviously, it's not Michael Burry because he's the one dropping the cryptic tweets and saying everything is a sell and that it's going to end in an epic crash. Then who in the world is buying this index? Who is? Somebody is. And it seems to me like overwhelmingly there's more buyers than there are people looking for a crash. So right now, Michael Burry is standing on an island by himself. Will he eventually be correct? Of course. Yeah. But when? Is it going to be in the next 10 years? When we see that epic crash? Or is it going to be in the next 10 months? Because eventually he'll be right. Yeah, he'll be right. Everyone is going to be right eventually because in 2008, for example, leading up to the crash, a lot of people wasn't talking about it. But as time goes on, here we are years into the financial crash of 2008. And now everyone is talking about, I'm the one who called it. I was the one who said that the market was going to crash, that was going to go through a financial calamity in the U.S. equity markets, right? So all of a sudden, everyone has called the shot. That's how it's going to go on the next crash, right? That's how it's going to go. When the crash actually happens, then all of a sudden everybody predicted that was going to happen. But right now, nobody's really saying anything about a crash. So Michael Burry can come back and pull up his tweets that he already released and say, I told you. But right now, the market is not going down. Visually, we can tell that the market is still trending higher. And as a matter of fact, I did a video for the S&P 500 telling you all that on November the 20th, 2022. See? The proof is still there. Go and look at the video. It's still in my playlist for the S&P 500. Just scroll to my playlist, filter it out, and you guys will find the video. This is not rocket science. Don't make people think that this is a hard game, because it's not. You always follow the chart. And right now, the S&P 500 is still strong. The trend is still up as of right now. We're not seeing any indication that the market is about to crash in the S&P 500. Now you guys can see where I have my ultimate TP price at for my video. It was right here. And the market in the S&P 500 almost came knocking on the door on the week of January the 30th, 2023. And the market is still trying to inch up there. So even if we don't come all the way up here towards 42.27, we're still in profit right now. If you were to get out the stock, this index now, 4.5%. So since we have seen price in the S&P 500 break trend, we need to cut that trend out. It's no longer applicable. It would have been applicable on this weekly price bar right here. You guys can see that it was applicable right there. So let me zoom in and show it to you. This is how you can walk through the markets and see how everyone is feeling. Right here on this weekly price bar, December the 12th, 2022, we got confirmation that price hit that descending line and it got rejected, right? So this could be in the start of us seeing price go down in S&P. Right there, this was confirmation. But we didn't get the follow through the following week. Look at that. The market price action in the S&P 500 held 3,800 points. The next 3 weeks, price held it. So whoever sold the week prior did not have any impact on continuing to lower price. Buyers came in on these 3 weeks. It's just that simple. Price neglected not to fall below 3,800 points. That is why the trend is up now in the S&P 500. So now, what we're going to do is, since we're no longer trending down, we're going to take this trend line and we're going to utilize it as support. That's it. And until we see price in S&P 500 break this newest trend, then price is going to continually go higher. Okay. So just like we got that weakness here on the week of December the 12th, 2022 on the downtrend line, the moment we see weakness come in on this ascending line, we'll begin to know that the market is changing its thinking process of how bullish they are in the S&P 500. Just that simple. Okay, so let's look at this on a 2 weeks chart. Because here on the 2 weekly chart, we're noticing sellers. They're coming in. So in the next 10 days and 10 hours, if the market in the S&P 500 closes at the high of this bar, then the market bought it. Whoever sold the prior 2 weeks, whoever sold the prior 2 weeks here, if the market closed high on this current 2 weekly price bar, then the market is still bullish. It's just that simple. Okay. Here it is again on the 3 weeks chart. So yeah, we're seeing selling coming into the market now in S&P 500. So I really want to get more convincing evidence that the buyers are still interested in buying the S&P 500. Because if that's the case, then where I have my ultimate TP price, the market is not going to stop there. It's going to continue to go higher. It may even hit 4,300 points. So I'm going to keep a lookout into the market in the S&P 500 Because looking at this on the 5-weekly chart, this definitely tells me that 4,300 is in play into the market in the S&P 500. 4,300 points. That 5-weekly price bar is definitely bullish. See, when you combine and you collectively look at the chart, this 5-weekly price bar here, I'm gonna show it to you because I really want people to learn that you can really see the market in a different vantage point, and you can do it on your own. Okay, so let me talk about these bars right here. Okay, let me break it down, because this is a storyline. It's a story. It's a language. And if you understand how to interpret what the market is saying to you, you can actually position yourself to capitalize from the move. So now let's talk. Because when you look at these 5-weekly price bars, okay, this 5-weekly price bar, which began or ended on September the 5th, 2022, right? That start of this 5-weekly price bar is selling, right? So when you see that type of price bar, you need to say, all right, cool. I'm looking for the price in the S&P 500 to continue to dip, all right? But in the prior 5 weeks, in the 5 weeks following it, look at the price action. The charts don't lie. The market went up instead. So if that's the case, then the weakness that we were anticipating didn't happen. The market still went up anyway. So the market is telling you something. Hey, I know you guys thought price was going to continue to go down, but we're looking for price to go up. All right, cool. Look at this 5-weekly price bar. Following it on November 14th, 2022, we're still seeing a mixture of weakness entering the market, right? You see that price bar, you say, all right, I guess the market is still weak. Like, the market was in an indecision. It couldn't decide which trend the market was going to follow. It was going to continue to go down or was going to continue to go up. That is what those 3 5-weekly price bars represent. So when you see this one, you need to say, all right, cool. Market is still showing us some weakness here. But then you get this 5-weekly price bar there, December 19, 2022. Price spread, look at it, it's so small. The 5-weekly price bar before it is wide. The sellers didn't come through right here. And then you get confirmation that the sellers didn't come through because the spread of this current 5-weekly price bar is still strong. So yeah, Michael Burry eventually will be right. But from the chart's perspective, this market is still bullish. Okay, and you can look at the other indexes too, the NASDAQ and even the Dow. You guys will see that the market is still overly strong in those indexes as well. So we may actually see the market in S&P 500 try to top out around 4,300 points, which would take us around 8.33%. But as I always do, there's price targets that you want to see hit, not ultimate price targets. Like I said, 4,200 points was one that we was looking at, or it might have been a little bit lower. Just go back and see my prior video in November to see what my price target is at. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up towards 4,300 points now though. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But go ahead and give me your thoughts. Like I said, it's cool to have people that you like and you like to see their different viewpoints and their opinions, but take it with a grain of salt if it's not gelling with the money, with the charts, because charts don't lie. Make sure you maintain profitability, and as always, trade different.